Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about Constantine, specifically Constantine Part 2, the sequel. Anyway, before I get into it, please subscribe to this channel and ring that bell icon down below to be notified when I post new videos. Also be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please share with your friends. Anyway, before I get into it, I wanted to talk about, well, if you've seen the previous Constantine movie, it's been years since the first one came out, and obviously it's not at all close to the Constantine from DC Comics. However, it is somewhat of a, I don't know, it has a standout feel to it from most of the movies that I've seen. It kind of almost feels like it could fit within like the Tobey Maguire style storytelling, and how it's not fully a direct copy. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to say because with Tobey Maguire, it really does actually still reflect the comic books pretty heavily. In fact, I would say he's still the epitome of Spider-Man, because we haven't actually had one in that style in forever. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this article that I found on Bounding into Comics, specifically talking about Constantine Part 2. This one is from Bounding into Comics. Writer Avika Goldsman says he is still... sorry. Okay, so sorry about that. There were a whole bunch of ads that were kind of completely blocking the screen. Anyway, this one is from J.B. Augustine. Writer Avika Goldsman says he is still discovering what Constantine Too is about. Credits Keanu Reeves with actually getting it moving forward. Now I'm kind of leery about watching it only because of that little issue that if you've seen the previous movie that has come out where an actor tries to get a movie going, it kind of falls through. I mean, there's been a few standout projects, like although The Rock really fought to get Black Adam brought into the DCU, and ended up falling through. Although the movie came out, it wasn't as big as everyone was hoping for, and well, it fell flat. And honestly, it's kind of sad. I feel that if an actor is that passionate about a project and they're able to get it going, it really should actually succeed. If the film is actually good. I feel like Black Adam in itself was one of those that could have done well, but there are other projects out there that I'm pretty sure should never have been brought to light. But Constantine Too was announced last September, but became a variable when James Gunn and Peter Safran assumed power at DC Studios. Fortunately for its returning creative team, the belated sequel is still happening, with the screenwriter Akiva Goldsman plugging away at the script. However, development is still in the early stages, and he confesses the shape the story will take is still an enigma. Okay. So, it continues. The character is very much Keanu, and the way he and Francis Lawrence saw the world of good and evil, and the wonderful and authentic noir, where there is a world behind the world of good and evil coexisting with our world, right up close. Beyond that, we are still discovering it as I'm writing the script. I mean, obviously, and this is what Goldsman told Deadline, but star of the 2005 film, Keanu Reeves, is returning with director Francis Lawrence at the helm, and all the pieces came together because of Reeves's tenacity. Sorry, it's difficult to read that sometimes. Okay, this is a credit to Keanu Reeves, who endlessly has said, "This is the character I want to return to." Finally, he said it enough times that it stuck. So I'm coming out of the gate fast, Goldsman said. Now I'm hoping that means that he's actually gotten a lot done on the script. That'd be amazing if it did. Well, I don't know about amazing. Like I said, the film isn't the best. It's not obviously the best movie in the world. Pardon the noise, that was my phone. Anyway, some of the things that I've seen recently, I think it would be beneficial to have the movie, as long as they don't, try to go all kind of like how they did with the Matrix movie. It was a mess. Anyway, we're doing it with J.J. Abrams and Francis and Keanu Reeves, and I've been pretty deep in the story breaking stage. He added, it may not be fleshed out yet, but Goldsman has a ballpark for the ideas his team wants to tap into. Though there might be some curveball to keep things fresh, they are staying in familiar territory. The new film expands on the themes of the original, brought about by maintaining the barrier between Earth and the evil creatures that are on the other side. Goldsman added, so it's business as usual for John Constantine and a lot of unfinished businesses. I'm sorry, a lot of unfinished business. As Reeves told Total Film, I don't know if it was unfinished because it was definitely a role that I loved. And as it continues, the direct, he continued on there. And I thought that Francis Lawrence, the director, did such amazing work that I loved playing the character so much, and I really enjoyed the film. I was like, adopts Oliver Twist voice. Can I please have some more? Hence, sorry, that was terrible. Hence, he bugged Warner Brothers Studio about almost every year, and they kept telling him no, no. But now he can return to that playground. So it's exciting, and it's almost like an open playground that we can hopefully cook something up and play in. And I guess out of the playground and prepare a meal. Okay. Okay, Reeves said, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it can happen. You don't know how these things will go, but I'm definitely going to try my darnest to try and realize that dream. Okay, then. I don't need to see that. Okay. If you listen to Goldsman, Constantine Too is definitely happening. It's definitely happening, and where it stands, or it's certainly happening. Okay, where it stands in DCU canon is different. It's a different issue, though it appears to be one of the Elseworlds projects. The microphone got in the way. I can keep kind of eye around it. Okay, so actively happening. However, Swamp Thing showing up to muddy the hellish waters, which has been discussed, could plant the sequel and Reeves' take on the wizard in the main continuity. Personally, I don't think it should. I think it would be fine in Elseworlds, but, you know, because it kind of doesn't really feel like the main character. I still picture the British version of Constantine. It's the best one. Like I said, this is a good Elseworlds. I'd tie it closer to like the Joker. I mean, it's definitely something interesting. It's a fun movie. I don't like to be critical about it. It's just the fact that it doesn't really fall into place with the classic, you know, John Constantine. You know, the only one that I've seen that's been done right in live action is the one that was on Legends of Tomorrow and the CW. Although the CW hasn't done great in its track record with a bunch of its shows, when he was introduced during the original introduction of the character, he definitely brought to life the one from the comics. However, we'll say I'm not really a fan of magical characters. It just kind of seems annoying to me. I'm Christian, so I don't like witchcraft. It's not something I'm a fan of. Now, I don't mind seeing it in storytelling, but usually I prefer it being seen as evil. I don't like seeing magic like portrayed as where you can use it to do good. It just doesn't. It's the source of the wickedness. That's the whole point. But story-wise, I understand. Okay, 1 second. So yes, overall, based on the news that I've seen, it's not a lot. There's not a lot that's actually available to go off of. But personally, I think that they should keep it within the overall story within the Elseworlds. If they try to put it into the main continuity, it could muddy the waters a little bit. I think it would kind of derail any form of continuity that makes sense. So if they're going to do it, I hope that they release it as a perpetual Elseworld storyline. Like, just keep it there. Keep it outside of the main continuity. Especially because they need to introduce Superman before they even think about introducing these side characters. A Superman movie needs to be the launching point for the DC universe, and you can't have Constantine be that because it wouldn't work. And obviously, it's clear they're not going to go that direction. But knowing that they're not going to put it in, or hoping that they don't put it into the main continuity, I'm hoping they just keep it as an Elseworlds thing. It would be charming just to see Keanu Reeves play the character again, because that's how I found him. I found him to be a charming rendition of the character. Not exactly the best, but definitely entertaining. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button if you liked it. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. Create an account and subscribe, please. I mean, anything really. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Create TV. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, and God bless.